Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. My guest at this time is returning guest, Batsi Von Crazi. Welcome, Batsi.
Hello.
Hello, indeed. So it's been a while since we talked to you last. I believe it was back in January.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Did
I can't remember what I even had for breakfast, so I can't remember back that
not know I had to quantum leap back a couple of months to figure out when the last time I was here.
far. I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was January though.
Yeah. So, you now have a new Facebook page, which is scrolling at the bottom of the screen right now for those to take a look at and like and follow.
Like my shit.
Like it. So it is called Bubblegum Lobotomy SFX. So please go ahead and follow that. Do you want to tell us a little bit what's on that page?
Right now it's mostly just me doing more makeup, but I'm hoping here in the future to start adding like some more of my plushies, dolls, prop making, costume making, haunt stuff, basically anything creepy, spooky. It's going to be kind of like a blog without being a blog, if that makes sense. It's just all my arts and crafts. If I feel like putting it on there and it's artsy fartsy, that's what's going on.
So it's a
It's a
plethora of art.
pretty much. Between like the movie stuff that I might be helping out with, just random behind BST of that, to haunt BST, to whatever I just want to post. It's basically another Facebook. It's just more bloggy.
It's blog happy.
Once in a while, an inspirational quote. It's only a dead person till a body's found, or it's only a missing person till a dead body's found. Very inspiring.
There you go. The more you know.
The more you know, boys and girls.
Little star comes over. Oh, good stuff. So I know that you recently were talking about some artwork. What has kind of drawn you to that? Have you always been an artist?
Yes, I've always been an artist. So when it comes to art though, like I have my paws in everything from making toys, like dolls and stuffed animals, to, making props for haunt, working on the haunts, anything and everything. Just if I can make it artsy, then it works.
Mm-hmm. Making artwork.
Yeah.
In the spooky way.
Oh, is there any other way?
No. You could try, but it doesn't feel artsy.
It's not as fun.
It's not the same. You don't feel as evil inside.
I'm not as well. I'm a ball of sunshine.
Something, because I know I've seen kind of like previews. Are you looking forward to the second installment of Beetlejuice, or?
Yes. Okay. I'm definitely like but I'm still like not believing it. I'm like, I'm not gonna believe it till I'm able to watch it, because they've been teasing Beetlejuice 2 for how many years now with the fan art, and like they're sharing the fan art, so I'm just like, that's the same fan art that they've been sharing for years now, honey. Let me see this in writing, or actually no, let me see this on the big screen, and then we'll talk.
Exactly.
My cat was done with my bullshit.
It'll be interesting how the story goes, because Um, I will be interested to see if they still have the married couple involved in the story, or are they going to do something new
Um,
entirely?
I have no idea. Like, I have the foggiest idea what they're doing.
Will there be Deo, and will there be drums and oh, so so we've got that movie is coming out. I know you said you've been helping out behind the scenes. Is that something that you've always done or aspired to do?
So this has been a new adventure that I started on. I texted one of my lovely co-models, Sabrina, and I'm
Okay.
like, "Hey, I kind of want to be in a movie." And then she tagged me and one of her buddies like needing an extra, and she's like, "Hey, you said you wanted to be in a movie here. Do this." And I'm like, "Well, that was fast." So like I was like, "Well, you need an extra, Mom. I'm game." So I started doing helping them kind of out like a couple months, maybe like 2 months ago, give or take. I can't remember. I think it was like in April. I can't remember. Um, but yeah, started helping them out, and it's been an absolute blast. Just the weird things that we've done for this film. It's been so much fun. So very random too.
um, so does it kind of have like that campy vibe that we enjoy in horror movies?
I think it will. I think it will just because of some of the kill scenes I've seen and some of like the acting I've seen. I think it'll have a light bit of campy, but it'll still be like it's a more serious zombie movie. But it'll have its moments. It'll definitely have its moments.
um, so as far as scenes and with certain movies, um, are you more kind of like, do you enjoy like how back like in the 80s where they kind of used like puppets and practical effects for
Practical
movies?
effects versus CGI.
Yes.
Oh, that's a tough. Okay. So I'm more of like into practical effects. Like when I see those happy little puppets dance their asses across the scene in some fucked up manner, I'm like, my heart, you're adorable and you're about to kill somebody. And I love it. I love practical effects. I love, because it's more like it gives the actor more to go off of. Granted, CGI has its place for certain things. But sometimes like they were like too hard on CGI. Like this is gonna be a really bad example, but the baby from Twilight, that's an absolute nightmare. It's just terrifying. I'm pretty sure that was a CGI baby.
Yeah.
Terrible, terrible. Whoever made that baby has nightmare fuel.
It's terrible.
It was something.
um, but when I think of movie monsters and puppetry, I think of Pumpkinhead. I think of Gremlins. I think of trying to think. I think of Child's Play because I know that how they did that.
Puppet Master.
Puppet Master.
Puppet
Yes.
Master. There was a weird one I watched a freaking while ago. There was a talking teapot, and they called this guy an asshole, and I'm like, yes, he is an asshole. It was just a random. It was like such a random ass freaking movie I found.
Yes.
But I just remember this talking teapot just talking smack to this guy, and I'm like, I love it.
um, Monster Squad. I don't know if
Yes,
you ever seen that. Great, great movie.
I'm sure I've seen it.
Yeah, it's where the kids are fighting off
Yeah,
like Universal kind of monsters like Dracula, Creature
I
from the
think I
Blue
have seen it.
Lagoon, Frankenstein.
There's so many good practical effects movies.
uh,
That's my favorite.
I even want to say probably maybe the Addams Family had some too.
I
Uh,
think. I mean, cousin it or
oh my word!
the hand
Yeah,
was the
thing. Yeah.
thing. Yeah, he was a real person. That's I think a
Yep.
practical effect.
It's hard sometimes when I see Christopher Lloyd because I'm like Fest Adams, you know, like it's, especially if I see him in person, I go, I should probably not do that. um, so, do you like that they're continuing horror, um, especially stuff we used to watch when we were younger, and they're doing variations, or should it be more like new ideas? Like,
I think it should be a mixture of both.
yep,
I think some stories deserve to have a second ending, and I think people should really start, using their own ideas.
yeah.
So just part 20 of da 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 horror camp. I'm like, what?
um, I think of like Wednesday. You know,
I loved that show.
I need
I
to.
thought they did I thought they did really well with it. If they do see that's my thing. Like they did really well with that, so therefore I wasn't mad at it. It's when they do really bad fuck that word. That, that's when I have an issue. Like the one, what was it? Friday? No, it's not Friday the 13th. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yes,
You know exactly what one I'm talking about.
yes.
Mm, mm. Freaking the final Chucky movies when they turned Chucky Bluetooth absolutely made me so angry. Why?
The AI Chucky.
Yes.
Yes,
Why? He's
I was.
supposed to be a cursed puppet by a serial killer, and you made him just an angry fucking iPhone?
I
That is some shit.
I kind of wanted because it was Mark Hamill voicing it, and I kind of wanted somebody who was either like from Star Wars to take him out, you know, like as another rival puppet or something like that, and be like,
It was. I tried watching it, and I was just sitting there, and I'm like, we're just gonna turn this off right now. This is not Chucky. This is not Chucky.
I feel like this is Star Wars gone wrong.
It's so bad. I'm just like, who thought of this and thought it was a good idea to turn Chucky Bluetooth?
I don't know. I liked. Did you watch the series that's on Sci-Fi? That's pretty good.
I've seen a couple episodes of it. I haven't watched the whole thing, but that looked good. I know
Oh
they
my
brought.
goodness, they have one, and he's like all like buff Chucky, like he's like been hitting the gym,
Oh
and
no, Buff Chucky.
he comes like walking in like this and everything, you know, like he's juicing,
Oh no, Buff Chucky.
and
So,
he's like, "What do you want, cream puff?" And it's just like,
it's just when they go stupid with some of these movies. Like I'm all for an absolutely horrible, just horrible B-rate film, but if you're gonna be horrible, you gotta go balls to the wall, just be bad.
mm-hmm,
Because
yeah.
I've seen some really bad ones, but they are absolutely memorable because of how bad they were.
um, yeah, I don't know. See, Bride of Chucky's one of my favorites. I just
I love
love the
Tiffany.
whole when they kill the couple and the
Yep.
mirror comes down on the waterbed,
Oh yeah.
and John Ritter with the nails in the face, and then their little shovel fight. But I just love the lines and everything like that, you
Oh
know.
yeah.
Especially when they're talking about the cooking. What does Martha Stewart say?
Fuck Martha Stewart.
Stewart.
Martha Stewart can kiss my plastic butt.
Yeah. Oh
Disgusting.
my. Yeah. Then she gets kicked in the oven.
I love. I love that movie.
That's a good one. Second one, that's pretty scary. See, I saw the first one when I was little, but it was when I was little, but it was in Spanish. So I had no idea. It's like, "Onde donde está the Chucky?" And I'm like, I don't know what he's saying. Need a dictionary. Save my soul. In Espanol. So, were you always at a young age a horror fanatic, or was that something later on?
So actually, I was petrified of Halloween growing up.
Oh no.
Like, like, so one of my dad's friends absolutely scared me with a Halloween mask.
Oh no.
And so, like, for the longest time, I couldn't even go down the Halloween section at
Oh.
Walmart. And
Yes.
finally, like, my aunt was like, "This is some bullshit," and just shoved a scream like a ghost face mask in my face. And she's like, "You're buying this and you're getting over it." So we bought it.
Thank
And I
you.
had to play with it for 5 minutes every day, even though I didn't want to. And like it started like every time we went to Walmart, I got to pick out a new mask. That was more scarier than the last one. And then my parents were like started noticing I started taking a bit of a dark turn in life. And they're like, "Oh shit. We got a goth. We ended up with a goth kid. Shit. Here I am." Yeah.
Ta-da!
Now I'm obsessed. Everything in my life is Halloween themed, and I'm like, yeah.
um, I think the first time for me, Scream was one of the first ones. I watched Scream, and then
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm gonna go as Ghostface, and then in '96, everyone went as Ghostface. Like,
I wonder why.
I wonder why. You can't wear this. I'm wearing this, but you're wearing this, but you're wearing.
And everybody's
um. So I just loved that movie, and like because you didn't know who it was going to be. And I was
yeah,
like that with Scream, because Michael, you could always tell like the length and similar to Jason and, like Robert, but Ghostface can really be anybody.
anyone.
So,
Yes.
plus, Stu always makes me laugh. I just, Matthew Lillard. Especially when he hits him with the phone.
My mom's gonna kill me.
My mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me.
Just his voice makes it.
I know. You really call the police? Yeah. I'm gonna be so in trouble. Because I wasn't expecting him to be the killer.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely wasn't expecting Randy either. But yeah. Did you see the new one? The new
Not
Scream?
yet.
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet. I think I saw the newest one before the new one.
So
I
Scream
haven't
5.
seen. I think so. I
That's
haven't seen the newest.
yeah. That they're still in Woodsboro in 5.
Yeah.
6 is when they finally got a piece of the pie and went to New York or wherever they're going. Moving on up.
Well, like then I was watching the previews. I'm like, when the hell did Ghostface get a damn gun? I'm like, that's not right. That's not fair.
he had time during COVID. He was part. He joined the gun club.
And it's not a pew pew, and I'm like, that's not okay. I mean, I've heard the movie's absolutely great, but I'm
It
still I'm
is.
like, he should not have a gun. That's not right.
Exactly. Especially because it's a shotgun too. It's like
It's a big gun too.
I'm like, what happened to small knife? Now we got gigantic shotgun.
There was no in between.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was like, you know what, this isn't working.
We'll try a bigger knife.
Yeah,
There was no bigger knife. It was just shotgun.
yeah. There was no katana or or something.
Sword, nothing.
Ninja
Nothing.
star. That would be interesting. Your personal miles away. Ah. I always liked in Scream 2. Do you remember? I always liked that Jackie from Roseanne was the second killer, Stu's mom.
Yes. That whole freaking movie. I'm just like, oh my god. Now I have to rewatch all the Screams.
Yeah. I'm always like, when there's a van nearby or anything, I'm like, no, I'm not going to end up like Randy. I'm just going to stay right.
I'm just gonna stay away from that.
Yep.
And
Gonna walk by this Prius, you never hear that happening.
oh my goodness.
I feel like if that would happen, if anything, if you ever Ghostface grabs you in the Prius, I feel like you just would laugh. You'd be like, really?
Oh, I guess this is how I die, but in a fucking Prius.
Yeah. You'd be like, I just do it myself. Okay, this is ridiculous.
I'm not giving you the satisfaction of killing me in a Prius. If anybody's killing me in a Prius, it's gonna be me.
Yes. I think a part of me just went already now just being in this car.
It's like, what, you couldn't have chosen like a better car. You had to choose a Prius. Just totally talking smack to him the whole time. Like, yeah, a Prius?
It's good for the environment. Yeah, no.
Oh, look, there's a nice, car over there. We can go die in that car. I think it's a Dodge Charger. That's
I
cool.
think it's a Hummer. I want to go over by that because, like, that at least will be a story.
It's like, how'd you die? In a Hummer.
Yeah.
How'd you die? In a fucking Prius.
Everyone will be like, ah. Yeah, such tragedy. Oh my goodness. And there was another movie I remember growing up. He's like this little puppet and he's got like metal teeth and like he's this little island guy.
I forget the name. I know what one you're talking about, but I forget the name of that movie.
I want to say it's like Terrifier or something like that, or Terror or something. It starts with like a T.
I think, isn't Terrifier like Art the Clown?
Yeah, I think it's in that same realm of similar name. It's just not called that, you know?
Yeah.
Might be called just Terror. But I just remember like they put him in a suitcase and the little knife goes and like he's cutting the hole out, you know? Like
it's like, fuck this suitcase, I'm done.
He's like, I'll show you ingenuity. And they threw him in the oven, turned it on. He comes right out the oven. So I just know it scared my mom. My mom told me growing up, but I was like, it's hilarious.
It's kind of funny.
I just like that he's got a little machete and he could just go.
Cuts through anything.
Oh yeah, have you seen Sleepwalkers? That's a good.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's with Stephen King, and it's got what's his name? Shoot, I forget. He was on Charmed, but he was in Sleepwalkers. Trying to forget. He's Brian Krause. He was in it. But it's a good movie. I watched it. I love that the automobile has like a cloaking thing, like it could change colors.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now I have a red car. No, I have an invisible car. You gotta love those special effects back in the day.
Oh yeah.
So, do you have like a favorite shoot now? Because I know you've done some modeling and costuming. Do you have a favorite attire yourself, or you're just like
maybe my Sailor Girl, but that's just because I plan on improving her.
Mm-hmm.
But I won 3rd place in a costume contest with her, and then Liz won 2nd, and then Jeff won 1st in the same costume contest. So we took 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. It's like, yay! Family event.
Family win.
I think that's probably one of my favorite ones. I've yet to do an actual shoot with her because I want to make her better, but I think she's one of my top favorites right now. That is going to change probably though.
Wow. So you have to let me know. I think one of mine has always been I was the headless horseman one time, so that was a lot of fun. I normally like to say like hold my head and then somebody down. What do you do? Or like have it backwards. So I didn't really have a horse, so I was just like a headless man.
Just a headless man, no horse.
I drive a Durango. So do you have any are you doing conventions still, or are you just mostly on art and movies right now?
Mostly right now, I'm on art, movies, and then I'll be doing haunt stuff here soon.
Okay. Um, are you doing that like weekly, the haunt stuff, or monthly?
Well, once October gets or September gets here to be weekly, but right now it's monthly kind of because
Okay.
of because they're gonna start training, I think, here in the next 2 months.
Okay.
So then, but I've been helping out with the film stuff, and that's been like almost weekly every weekend, besides a couple. And it's like 4 a.m. like morning. So it's like I get up 4 a.m. every day for work. And then I'm like, oh, it's the weekend. I gotta get up at 4 a.m. for the fucking set. And I'm just like, ah, I wanna sleep. Can't. They're like, where do you travel from? 2 hours away. They're like, oh. I'm like, oh, tired.
Yeah, I can't video in. Have to be
Doesn't work like that.
yeah. I can't be like move this for me.
But no, I'm just allowed. I'm just an extra, so it's just been
Okay.
fun because I've gotten to meet so many like amazing people though.
Oh yeah, it's always fun when you are in the extra process and you see the setup and the set
Mhm.
and practical effects and because I did a horror movie 5 years ago.
Mhm.
I play a demented evil chef, um, and we actually filmed in one of the people's houses. Like they had this nice, elegant dining table.
Wow.
They had a track and like a little boom, and it would follow me. So they would do this kind of pan shot, follow the track and the camera. So,
Mhm.
um, and then it was a lot of fun. It's kind of hard getting used to like because I don't know if you've done any like theatrical performances, where you kind of just look to your partner, and everything like that, as opposed to looking to the camera, where sometimes you don't have to look at somebody or look at the wall or look at the camera if they tell you, just adapting your mind. Are you pretty easy with that because of the improv? You can follow
Yeah.
whatever they throw at you.
I can pretty much have a comeback to almost anything somebody tells me. People don't like it. I just have to sometimes be careful because some of them are under the age of 18, and I'm like,
Oh.
I'll tell you when you're older, kid. Tell you when you're
Earmuffs,
older.
kids.
Listen to ma.
Yeah,
Don't
just
be a
do
little
this.
shit.
Wait till I'm done talking.
God, some of the weird shit I've done at haunts though. Because I would work. I was a front door person, so like I had to deal with everyone for longer than 30 seconds, and I'm just
Oh
like,
no.
I had I had a group of guys get on their knees because they were obnoxiously tall. And I told him, I'm like, good sir, come to my level. And like he started lowering himself down, and I'm like, lower, lower. He got on his knees, and like it was a group of obnoxiously tall guys. Like they were all 6'2" and above. And I'm like, fuck. And I'm 5'5", and I'm like, bitch, get your asses down here. So like I went down the row and I made all these men get on their knees and I like stepped back and I'm like, and this is how you treat a lady. And they got up and they were like, what the fuck? And I like opened the door and like my haunt partner came out and scared the shit out of them and they ran inside and I slammed the door shut and I'm like, who's next? And I have like these giant bamboo fans that when I open them they sound like a whip, like
Yeah.
snapping. So it's just like everybody's just like, ah, guess we're next. And I'm like, cool. Come here.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you want to say or promote on Dan-A-Plooza as we wrap it up?
Nope.
All right. Well, I want to thank my guest, the amazing Batsi Von Crazi. Dan-A-Plooza will be back Thursday, June 1st, with guest Lilith Fury and guest Emerald. So stay tuned, watch that, and have a good night.